Hello, my name is Dan McDonald and welcome to my tutor. I'm going to be working in AutoDesk 3ds Max 2012, and today I'm going to show you how to set an object on fire and melt it. These type of effects are very effective when you want to do some very nice effects, and 3D Max definitely can do that and much more. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we need a table or ground. So what I'm going to do is go up here to create, standard primitive, and to ground plane or a plane. What you do is I'm going to start the corner, click, hold, and I'm just going to make it the size of the grid. Just like that. We don't need the ground plane anymore, so we can simply get rid of it or hide it by clicking the plus sign on the left hand corner and going down here and clicking show grid, and that takes it away. And to get it back, you do the same thing and it will come back. Now I just put an object on the table here so we can have something to set on fire and to melt it. So you go up here to create, standard primitive, and just pick the teapot. You do the same thing, you click, hold, and there's our teapot. Now this right here is called the timeline. You want to make sure it's set to 0. You can move this little level up here and you see it's 0 out of 200. 0 is right down here, 200 is up here. That's the maximum frame, 200. You can change that by clicking down here on time configuration, and you can change this to whatever number you want, to 100 or 3000. But we don't want to do that, so we won't. Now the particle system is a very nice FX or special effects system. You can do fire, you can do water, fog, rain, snow, and many other things. It does take some time to get used to it and time to really get to know it. This YouTuber, and I will put down a link in the bottom panel, that he created a script that takes out most of the work for fire. It's called Caveman. So to load it, if you never load a script before, you go up to the Max, click, and run. A dialog box will pop up and you look for your script. I have in the script directory, and here it is. It's called Caveman. So you click on it, and there it is. Most of these settings you don't have to worry about, except the first one. Right now it's set at -100, and what that does, it starts way before the animation starts. It's below 0, so it's over here somewhere. And that's fine if you want to keep it going, but for our purpose we want to set to 0. So you click here, and we're just going to put 0. The next thing you want to do is excuse me, is select object in the script main panel, and you click the teapot. You see it turn red, and you see the name of the object up here. It's teapot 001. Now, most of these you don't have to worry about. The birth amount is just the amount of the when it's coming to spawn, and you don't really need to change that for right now. The spawn rate, the number of spawns, you don't need to change that. Particle speed, if you want to go faster or slower, you can change this. The lifespan is 5, the span of the particle system, you don't need to change that. The particle size is 1.0, and actually you don't need to change that. So now we are ready to add the fire to the teapot. So you go up here, create fire, and it's going to take a couple of minutes to do it. And he should be coming up pretty soon. Some of these special effects take time to really concentrate into the scene, and there we are. You might have to double click it a couple of times. Now these little plus signs or X's, the blue, you see here, here, is the particle system, and that is going to be the fire. Now you can change the wind right here if you want it to go back, forward, to the side, to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back, or in the middle. Okay, now we did that, we can get rid of this. We are done with the fire. Now we don't want to start melting right away. So what we do, you move it, the timeline, or the up to, let's say, yeah, let's make it even 100. You see the fire going, it's gonna burn. Okay, this panel over here is called the modifier panel. You click on the teapot, and you click on the second thing that says modifier, and now in the modifier that you can change the radius and the size and the other settings that you can do. Lid, you can see the change of the lid. Okay, there it goes. There's no lid. And now lid off, lid on. Okay. We want to use we want it on. Okay, we want to add a modifier. It's called melt. So up above the modifier panel, you'll see a drop down box. You click on it, and what I do is just highlight anything, hit M, until you see melt. You see it's all kinds of modifiers here that you can use: relax, ripple, morph, mirror, and there's all kinds of things you can do in 3D Max. So before we do that, you want to hit melt, and then we want to hit the auto key, and it turns red. That means now it's automatically gonna add the key to it where we want. So to make a change, we want to go all the way up to 200. Now we go back to the modifier panel, and I should stress first that you always want to turn on the auto key first. I can't emphasize that enough. You have to do this first or it's not going to work. So make sure you turn on the key. You have to follow these steps to make sure it works like you want it to. Okay, so now you go back to the modifier panel and go to amount, and we go 100. And Max takes a little bit of time to do it, and there it goes. It's melting. Okay, and you can change this, say 109, so makes it melt a little bit more. You know, you don't have to do that, but you can. And there it is. It's a little bit past the table, so let's put it back to a more reasonable amount, say 60. And Max takes a little bit to figure out where to put it and where to add, and there it goes. Okay, now you turn off the auto key, and you slide back down to 100. Good old Max, always catching when you don't want to. That's Max. Anyway, you go to 0, and now you can play animation and see what we have. You go over here, you see go to start, you see previous frame, you play animation, next frame, and go to end. Well, we want to go to this one here, and it says play frame, sorry, and anytime you put the arrow over an icon, you'll show up, and you don't have to worry about, because you always have help on the screen. You click it, it's going, it's catching, and it's starting to melt, and there it goes. Okay, so it's just gonna be a replay, and now we go up here. You want to render it out, and you go to render setup. You make sure it's in perspective, and up here you want to the time output. You don't want single, you want active time sequence or segment, I'm sorry, 0 to 200. So we click that. We want to change the size, say 640 by 400, that'd be good. And let's see what else. we want to make a file. Okay, let's call it teapot melt. And pick the format, say ABI, and let's put it on the desktop so it'll be easy to find. And you can go down here to setup, and the best one I found for AVI is Cinepack decoder by Radius. So that's already set. If it's not, you can go down here, you can find it, and you click on it. You click OK. You click OK again. Everything is set here, and you hit render, and it's rendering it out. There's so much you can do in Max, and it's so complicated. There's no way, I can't stress enough, there's no way that you can learn it all in a short period of time. There's no way you can remember it. There's always help in help menus, online, and most likely on YouTube. So if you get stuck, don't worry about it. You always can get some help. The one good book that I would suggest you to pick up is called the 3D Max Bible, and they most likely have a new one out, 2012. You can get it at Amazon.com. You can buy it in the bookstore, and you have the demos like this one, and some other models you can use. It has step by step, and you can just learn so much from it. A lot of it's just trial and error. You can always just do it and mess around with it, and you can just learn that way. The most important thing is not to get frustrated over it. So you just have to take your time and just to really learn it. And this is going to take some time here. As you see, it's only on frame 24 or 25, and you can see that the fire here has a nice glow to it, and you see it's on the table, and once you get down farther, it's going to start melting. Unfortunately, I did not render this out before so I can show you, so unfortunately I will have to stop this and just go on, because it's going to take too long. So you hit cancel, and it's gone. Okay. Now, if you want to get to the other particle systems and other effects, you go down here. Right here, particles. I'm going to buy it. You see, it goes to spray, snow, blizzard, P-ray, P-cloud, or super spray. It's so much you can do, and it's really good software. It's very technical. It does take time to learn. I stress that again, that you can't get frustrated. It takes time. And they stress that in school when in classes, when I took 3D Max classes. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this tutor, and make sure you comment. Any questions, please feel free to email me, and make sure you vote on this. Let me know how I'm doing, if I'm going too fast, or if I'm going over something too quickly, or anything at all. Just let me know. I really want to make you understand this, and I know how it is when other tutors I saw on YouTube that they're going way too fast or they have no audio. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you'll watch the next tutor, and for now, goodbye.